mic, more of a hang this week probably than an open mic. We'll see. We have some late people showing up.
We got some late people, some potentially non-comedians,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
who are going to be funny, because otherwise we wouldn't feature them on a comedy show. That's ridiculous.
Well, I mean, comedians are funny, and sometimes non-comedians are funny too.
I,
That's my
I'm actually a huge believer in that. I think one of the main problem with comedians and faced by comedians is that they are always expected to be funny,
oh yeah,
which most funny things don't happen when you expect something funny. That's what funny is. It's supposed to subvert your expectations,
well,
right? And
you're
then our
exactly
job is
right. Yeah, that's my stance too. Absolutely, yeah.
right? And our job is to be like, hey, look at this guy. He's funny.
Yeah.
And then we gotta make people laugh. It's actually a pretty good life. I
Yeah. I'm just sharing this real quick, just so people who might watch it know that they can come on if they message me. But I sent you that Zoom link that you can share with your uh, any interested parties. Anyway, um, I've not written anything really in the past week. I'll just share with you.
which is acceptable.
Yeah, yeah. I've written down ideas, but that's about it.
Okay. Well, what are some of your ideas? Maybe you could turn them into bits live.
Um, I'm not putting out that much hope that. Oh, okay. This is a ridiculous story. It's about when smartphones were new, and it was like people were very excited about the new things that smartphones were capable of, and you found out that like, oh, it was very easy to check the weather.
Right.
Um,
Because it
well,
was super hard to check the weather beforehand.
right. Well, I mean specifically of like what temperature is it right now, you know?
Right.
So I was hanging out with some friends one day years ago, and somehow we found out that our one friend, Ronnie, was very good at guessing the exact temperature of the moment. And we could verify it in real time because we had smartphones. Like the whole day we were hanging out, and like we would just, at 3 o'clock, we'd ask him what temperature it was, and he was correct. At like 7 o'clock, we asked him what the temperature was, and it was correct. All through even throughout the night when the sun went down, he was correct. And
Wow.
then we thought he had this. We discovered a new talent that our friend had, and then like days later, he could never replicate it. He was only good at it for one day.
That is super weird. Imagine having a superpower for a day, but that's the superpower.
Right. And I think our friend was like kind of depressed when he found out that he couldn't do it anymore. It was like an exciting. Yeah, I mean, you did nail it. That he did have a superpower for a day.
Yeah, I mean, it's a heck of a bar trick too if he could pull it off,
Yeah,
right? But honestly, I think that's like just one of the many things that the smartphone probably put out of business is people with weird talents like that.
oh yeah,
Like we all used to have friends who would like, or at least I did, who would like memorize sports statistics
sure.
and would like be able to tell you that Bernie Williams hit 324 in 1995,
Right.
right? And now that person has a completely useless skill because anybody could get that information instantly,
Sure.
right? It really did. It didn't just ruin bar arguments; it ruined weird people forever.
Yeah. Yeah, you're
Right.
right.
And then they just wind up, doing Zoom mics like this one.
Right.
They have no other way of expressing themselves.
Well,
Right.
I'm not a biologist, but it's possible we did it hit our evolutionary peak, and now it's the point in history where we're supposed to meld with machines.
You think
Maybe
so?
we're supposed to be. I don't
Yeah. So maybe we're like we're the Borg from Star Trek.
know. Right.
Yeah, I always think that's like super interesting because the Borg in that show, if people didn't realize that I was a nerd, now they know it for
Yeah.
sure, right? Because the Borg on Star Trek are a bunch of mindless drones that are in connected that are interconnected with like a centralized neural net, and they're depicted as being the most dystopian, horrifying beings that could ever exist.
Right.
Whereas the denizens of the spaceship are all just fiercely individualistic, including their robot computer who does not have Wi-Fi.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that Star Trek was trying to tell us something, right? Everybody gave them credit for the iPad or whatever other technology they predicted, but really what they predicted was that we were the Borg.
Yeah.
And we would become the Borg, and it seems like we're heading in that direction.
Could be.
Because people who get disconnected from their devices, they kind of act like Borg that have been beheaded or whatever. They just sort of wander around, uncomfortable, not knowing where to go.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you write a successful TV show about the future, you're going to get something correct. You're going to predict something.
Yeah, I mean, but I think the number of things they got incorrect were pretty shocking. Given that show's not 50 years old, it's only like 30 years old.
Yeah.
Right? Some like old sci-fi is like, just why did they all think we would have flying cars? Whoever thought that would be a good idea?
Yeah.
Right? How many accidents happen when there's only 2 dimensions involved? Right? Imagine adding the air to that. Right? No way, man. That's never going to happen.
Well, in like 15 years, when we can all jack into our flying cars and like GPS is something that is beamed into our own brains, I think we'll be fine with 3-dimensional travel.
You think so?
Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, it's possible. Like they have self-driving cars. Could they at some point have self-flying cars?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's what planes are right now. I'm not actually convinced that pilots do anything.
I think mostly the pilots take off and land. I think that's what they do.
They're just getting drunk in there in the middle, though, right? I mean,
right.
The computer does everything else. Wouldn't you?
I mean, I think in the last year, or maybe it was two years ago it happened, they did catch a pilot who was drunk. And if you catch one, there has to be like 5 that are
Did they make a movie with about that with Denzel Washington?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was called Flight, and he's an alcoholic that saves everybody while he's drunk.
Yeah,
and then he has to go to jail for being drunk on the plane. Sorry for giving away the ending to that movie, everybody who's clearly watching this.
Yeah, I don't think they're mad. I mean, how can you get mad at anything these days?
Yeah, I know, right? I'm so done being mad at things. I'm trying to get mad at only little things now. Right? They tell you don't sweat the small stuff, but my philosophy is actually that you should only sweat the small stuff because small things are the only thing that you actually might have power over, in your life, right? So, they say don't cry over spilled milk, but anybody who has said that has never spilled milk because it's actually one of the worst things that could happen to you in a week and maybe even in a year. Right? You spilled milk, it like goes really quickly. It moves fast. It goes under the fridge instantly. Right? That's a huge, huge disaster. That's the worst thing that might ever happen to you. Right? If you spilled milk in 2020, you definitely had a worse year than most people, which is a little crazy to think about.
Also, if you're spilling milk, it's also possible that you're spilling glass, maybe.
Right? Yeah, you might be. It's going to go under the fridge,
right?
And you're never going to be able to clean all of that up, so it's going to smell, and you're going to get ants, and the lactose intolerant ants are just going to die, and you'll have a bunch of dead ants under your feet every single morning when you go to the fridge to get milk, right?
Yeah.
Spilling milk is like a movable type of mistake where you should just get a new apartment, honestly.
Hey Pip, I have good news. We have one viewer who chatted that he's already seen Flight. Dave Etkin has already seen Flight, so no biggie.
Yes.
And Don's posted an article for the flying taxi market may be ready for takeoff.
Right. So, if we have one viewer, I recently relaunched my Twitter. Will you follow me? I have 10 followers. and I'm following 11 people, and I want to at least break even. So
Post the link on the Facebook thing.
Sure thing.
Yeah.
Like I know what the link is. It's at Pip the Comic.
Okay. Here, I'll just type that here.
Yeah, go for it.
All right. So they can't click on it, but they can copy it and paste it at least into a web browser. I have one other. Oh, actually, I have a nerdy Star Trek joke.
Oh, hell yeah, let's go for it.
It's so growing up, my mother loved Star Trek: The Next Generation. She absolutely loved that show, and Whoopi Goldberg was her favorite performer. So she was like in heaven. So my mother loved Star Trek: The Next Generation, and my father loved Star Trek: The Original Series. Somehow they made it work.
Wow, that's amazing. Because my dad won't talk to me because I told him that Picard is the superior captain.
Whoa.
Right. Dude, Kirk is such a fucking incompetent piece of shit, right? He comes on to every alien. It's super unprofessional and weird, right? Picard is stately and patriarchal and just a fucking swell guy, right? I can't believe anybody prefers Kirk, but that's fine. We'll move on.
Well, if history and patterns are cyclical, it's possible that the future that Kirk was residing in, it was a very 60s free love type of universe.
Yeah, that's true. And it's like, it was progressive for its time.
Yeah.
I guess. And on that note, The Next Generation is kind of very late 80s, early 90s. It kind of has instead of fighting, they mostly are patrolling the universe as an only global superpower type vibe to it, where everything's fine and they're just sort of just chilling on a cruise ship and getting into sorts of delivering medical supplies, and they're all diplomats. So it's definitely got a early 90s, we won the Cold War vibe.
Yeah.
The Klingons are on our side now. Yeah, so that's the thing about Star Trek is that it's got it's like a journey into the past instead of a journey into the future.
Yeah.
But it's a lovely past. I didn't watch that show. I'm 29 years old. I didn't watch that when it aired. Right. I watched that in college, and it still kind of worked on me. I'm feeling nostalgic for a past time when this could be a conceivable future for some reason.
Well, I mean, like I said, some stuff they predicted will be right. I'm sure of it. Here's one other premise a new premise that I have, and it's just that people love to hear, oh, I was just thinking about that. Like if they're having a conversation and you don't know what to say, whatever they're talking about, you just say, oh, I was just thinking about that.
Yeah.
People love it.
For sure. That's the oldest trick in the book, right?
Well, it's a trick that I just stumbled on that I wrote down a possible premise.
No, that's brilliant. No, it's like when you want to continue a conversation with someone, you ask them, where are you from? And they tell you, and you're like, oh, I just went there. And if it's from a big city, you could just be like, I went to this place. Or if it's a tiny town that nobody's ever heard of, then maybe don't use this approach because you're probably not going to be able to make something up in time.
Right. Well, I have nothing good to say about Amarillo, Texas, which I did drive through once, other than they had a lot of taco trucks. They had a shit ton of taco trucks.
I mean, that's a great thing to say about any place. What do you say?
But I met people there, and nobody was happy to be there. Everybody I met was just like, why are you driving through here? And I was just like, well, it's between my point A and point B, so that's why I'm here. Hey, you've got Daniel Patrick is saying hi.
Oh, he's the guy who's trolling me. I love Dan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, we could get him on camera if he wants. Dan, you want to come on, fuck with me?
Just send him that Zoom link.
Yeah, I will.
Yeah. And then that's all of my joke ideas.
Okay, I told somebody that I would do an airline food joke. Yeah. So I actually wrote one, and it makes me feel like a real comedian. Are you ready to hear it?
Oh yeah, here I'll spotlight you just for this moment.
Okay.
Or actually, I don't know how to do it anymore. It's not letting me. Well, here, I'll just turn off my thing. There.
Cool. Remember when the scariest thing about flying was the airline food? That's it. That's the whole joke.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. No, that's it. That's it. Right? Because my buddy Dylan told me I had to tell a joke about airline food. So that's what I came up with. Because once upon a time, the scariest thing about flying was the airline food. And you know why that joke works? It's because the food was really bad. And sometimes it made you sick. Right? And that's scary. And I think we should deconstruct this joke further because that always makes a joke funnier. Yeah.
Right. Well, the reason that it's very true is because people are scared of crashing, but people rarely crash. But that airline food was inevitable. So it was like you weren't going to die, but something annoying or bad or lame was going to happen.
Well, you'd be sitting on a plane for like hours, and at that point, you're not eating because you're hungry, even though you're hungry. You're eating because you're bored, because there's nothing else to do. That you're so just you're stuck in this chamber, and this enclosed chamber surrounded by people, and you've been sitting there for hours. So what are you gonna do? Well, this is different. I guess I'll eat this food. It's not gonna kill me, right? Except it might. Have you ever seen Airplane? That food, that was a realistic movie, right? I'm sure that kind of thing happens all the time. I mean, do the freezers not break down?
Pip, I think we were bested by a commenter. Dave Edkin says, why don't they make the airline food out of the black box?
That's good.
That's
good stuff. Yeah. Right. You should come on,
Rod. Maybe we'll just let you take that from him.
No, I don't steal jokes.
No, I know.
Unless they're really good. No,
oh, yeah.
Okay, that was actually funny.
It is a joke, yeah.
Yeah.
Robbie Ace is going to jump on very soon. Did you have other things you wanted to tell?
Yeah, sure. I got some shit written down here.
All right, give it up for Pip Smith, everyone.
No, it's not that formal. I feel like I have been introduced already anyway. So Zoom is exciting. I'm really excited that everything happens on Zoom right now, but I can't understand how the signature product of 2020 is called Zoom. The longest year of any of our lives, and the product that we all take away from it is called Zoom. It's literally just wishful thinking. It doesn't make any sense. It's like if Tyson Fury's name was Mousy Puny or something like that. It's just ridiculous, right? But I do like Zoom itself. I like that it's made wearing pants optional, right? I don't want to get too personal here, Sean, but are you wearing pants right now? And I don't want to offend you, but if you are, you're not doing quarantine right. All right. You're doing it wrong. And people who are afraid to not wear pants during their Zoom meetings at work, because what if I have to stand up and they see that I'm not wearing pants? What happens then? Well, you know what happens then? You can still do your Excel sheets, okay? You can still make Excel spreadsheets without wearing pants. It turns out that the thing that was not pertinent to most of our careers was pants wearing. What do you think is going to happen? Your boss is going to see you and he's going to be like, he's not wearing any pants. Pants were essential for his job performance. No, man. You're lucky I'm wearing underpants right now. But I am. And all right, that's all the shit that I scribbled down just before getting on camera.
Oh, okay, great.
I don't know about Mousy Puny, though. I think that's a bit of a stretch. I have to work on that.
You have to work on Mousy Puny?
Yeah, that's what I said about Tyson Fury.
Right. Oh, yeah.
Right. It's like we called it. That's like, I don't know about that, but everything else there, solid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it works. Here, we have Robbie Aces and Daniel.
Hell yeah.
They joined at the same time. This is
cool.
a loose open mic first where two people show up at once.
You.
Hey.
Yo, what up, Dan and
Hey.
Rob? How we doing?
I'm good, man.
Hey, that's a great background you got there.
Oh,
That's
thanks. Yeah, they give this to you for free when you move to Colorado.
Oh my gosh, that's a welcoming committee and a half.
Oh, hell yeah. No, my roommate made this. I think it's kind of nice.
Yeah, it's great.
Robbie Aces, you didn't get anything when you moved to Vegas? Any cool backdrops?
I didn't get any. Yeah, I didn't get any cool backdrops. I got some glitter.
Oh.
Yeah, from like stripper boobs.
Oh, I get it now. Yeah.
Robbie Aces, you said you're from Vegas?
I live there now, but I was in New York, where Sean Wickens is for a long time.
Oh shit, that's fucking cool. I wish I could gamble in person instead of just on the internet.
Oh man, did you win anything? Did you gamble on the election?
Like I'm gambling on whether MF Doom really died.
What? MF Doom? He
You didn't hear
died?
about MF Doom? Yeah.
Well, some people say he died, but it's our boy. He might
that
be
already
behind the mask. Somebody else might be in that coffin.
Sure, nobody's ever seen his face.
Well, he used to be a rapper called Zev Love X in a group called KDM.
Well, he used to be called a rapper called MF Doom, but now he's dead.
Well, allegedly.
Allegedly. Yeah. Sorry to break this news.
Happened?
Sorry to break this news to you, Robbie. It happened on Halloween, but we just heard about it like a week ago.
That's crazy. I didn't hear about it either.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy is they dropped him and this other band dropped a single like 2 weeks ago where they just didn't even reveal that he was dead.
Right.
Maybe they didn't know he was dead.
Wait, didn't he die less than 2 weeks ago?
No, he died in October, like your boy is saying.
Yeah, Halloween.
Yeah.
Supposedly, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, shit. I somehow missed that detail several times.
And then the neighbor mom from that 70s show died, but then they just said that she didn't die.
Oh.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Maybe she's MF Doom.
Yeah.
Maybe it was a woman behind the mask. And it was the mom from
behind the mask playing a black man?
Right. But maybe behind the woman behind the mask was Zev Love X from
There you
KDM.
go. Must be.
Yeah.
It's possible that two people came up with the same publicity stunt at the same time, faking their death.
It happens all the time with when Deep Impact and Armageddon came out within like 6 months of each other. It's
Right.
pretty much the same principle there.
Sure.
Yeah. Well, rest in peace to MF Doom.
Yeah.
That's a blow.
Whether he's alive
Unless
or
he's not dead, in which case RIP to my bank account, because that means I'm gonna lose a shit ton of money.
Wait, how much did you bet on this?
Like $400.
$400
Ooh.
that MF Doom's alive.
Yeah. No, that he's dead. I bet that he's dead.
I think you've got a good chance of.
Who
I don't know.
certain celebrities, it really does feel like they could have faked their own death. I mean, people have been saying that about Andy Kaufman for years.
Yeah.
Right. I heard some guy who thought that Andy Kaufman was Donald Trump, which is my new favorite conspiracy theory.
Oh, God.
Damn.
That would be he's the perfect heel.
Yeah, absolutely. Didn't he fight women for years as a professional wrestler?
Donald Trump. Yeah, I remember that when he fought women as a professional wrestler.
Yeah, Trump did do that. That's a good point.
That's all the connection you need.
Well,
Yeah.
I remember watching Michael Jackson's funeral in 2009 and just knowing in my heart that he would jump out of the casket and sing Thriller. I knew that would happen. And the fact that it didn't was honestly what I really accepted. That was it. Yeah.
Pip, before we went live, you and I were talking about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I went to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame the day after Michael Jackson passed away. I happened to be in Cleveland.
Oh, wow. How was
shit.
that?
Wow.
It was actually kind of a letdown. They were playing Michael Jackson music in the lobby, and then there was like nothing else special.
Was there a mysterious man in a surgical mask and a big hat being pushed around in a wheelchair? Because if so, that was Michael Jackson.
Yeah, Maybe. Like Pip said, it was like several years ago, so I don't recall. I remember being let down that there was no sort of like, I don't know. There was no glove that was like in a case by itself in the middle of the museum or something. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah, that would be, or like the jacket from Thriller,
Yeah.
or the jacket from Beat It. Any of the jackets, really.
Yeah.
They could
Just
keep like
one
a pile of all the lawsuits, from the kids that all sued him for being a child molester.
I mean, if that's what you're into, that's your kind of fun.
I could tell you that is his kind of fun.
Yeah. Well, if we're going there, I think he did it. So, but I don't know.
I do too. Yeah,
I don't think anybody.
pretty confident.
I mean, most people think he did it that I've spoken with.
Yeah.
Right. This is
What
definitely.
about OJ? You think OJ did it?
Yeah, I think OJ did it.
Yeah.
I ascribe to the theory that OJ's son did it.
Really?
Yeah, there's pretty compelling proof for this.
Do you
read
pretend to
that as well.
subscribe to that theory, or do you actually believe that?
So Pip, where are you from? You're from Colorado?
Yeah, I'm from Colorado. Why are you changing the subject? You know where I'm from. I'm from New Jersey. Do I sound like I'm from Colorado? Right. They didn't even let me in. Right. I had to argue with them at the gate. Yeah. No, they actually do allow Jews here.
Are you guys roommates? Be honest.
No, I live in Alabama. I'm actually from
actually in
Alabama.
the same room. They're in opposite sides of the same room, and one
No,
of
I
them.
mean,
actually
I
said-
legitimately live in Alabama. I'm in Alabama right now. I'm I'm Big Bama boy. That's my name in real life.
All right, show us here. Show us
You
your.
want to see some Alabama? Hang on.
Yeah, open up the window.
This is Alabama behind me.
Wow.
This is the you coastal elites don't know about the real red state America. Okay.
That looks like
right there.
It looks like there's a computer outside your window.
That's
Right.
hey, that's red state America.
Yeah.
That's the real America. Computers outside.
Mm.
it looks like the part of New Jersey that people don't like to admit they're from.
It's
That's
the
like
Italian
every
part of
part of New
Alabama.
Jersey.
It's the Italian part of Alabama called New Jersey.
Oh, right. Half of New Jersey is pretty much Alabama, to be fair.
Yeah, they call it Jersey Bama. Or
Jersey Bama. Right. Jersey Bama, which resides next to Pennsylvania.
Bam.
Yeah, it's the same principle. Right. But we love these places and the people who live there. Just to be clear, we're not trying to alienate any Alabamaites who might have tuned in tonight.
Well, you guys might be trying to alienate some of my fellow Alabamans as the coastal elite that you are, But I'm down home. I'm not really sure what's in Alabama, so I can't really make a joke about this. Alabama.
Yeah.
Well, Alabama is cool, but Bama, Jersey, not so much. They say it's the armpit of Mississippi.
You know what they say about Vegas?
It's a whore's
Vegas.
capital. What's that?
No, I'm just fucking with you. I'm just fucking with you.
Fuck Vegas. You got to come with something stronger than that, my friend.
You know what they say about Vegas?
That's
Don't go to
pretty
Vegas.
weak sauce.
Stay away from Vegas. Let everything that's in Vegas stay in Vegas. I'm pretty sure that's what they say.
You know what they actually say about Vegas? It's that you should wear a sweater for when the sun goes down because it gets kind of cold. Isn't that
Oh
right?
yeah, it's cold as shit now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that you should wear armor because otherwise they'll stab you.
What are you talking about?
I think you're talking about the Bronx. I don't think you're talking about or you're
I
talking
am also
about
talking about that. I am also talking about the Bronx. That's
Daniel's talking about Westworld.
Oh, Westworld.
I never
Still,
watched
I would
that show.
absolutely
Does
go to
that
Vegas
take
to
place
hang out
in
in Westworld.
Vegas?
No, it took place in Westworld.
Yeah, Westworld takes place within a, I guess, synthetic reality that's supposed to look like the Old West.
Yeah.
And it's called Westworld, and people go to it like Disneyland. And I haven't actually seen the show, but I think it becomes self-aware and all sorts of shit goes down. It's crazy.
Yeah, you've got it. But
Yeah.
speaking of like old sci-fi, the original 70s film is like actually kind of good.
What, that was a film
Yeah.
in the 70s?
Yeah,
Wow.
it's about Yul Brynner is a robot cowboy who goes on the fritz and just starts chasing a guy to kill him, and chases him from Westworld into medieval world.
That sounds like where James Cameron got the idea for the Terminator.
It could be, yeah.
Has anybody in the history of Hollywood ever actually had a new idea and then done it? Has that ever happened?
One guy.
One guy. Who was
And,
it?
and unfortunately, that
Friedrich
guy.
Nietzsche. Back in the day, back when Hollywood was just started, Friedrich Nietzsche wrote Conan the Barbarian. That was a good movie.
I think that was Oliver Stone.
Oliver Stone or Nietzsche, the philosopher,
Nietzsche,
who said
yeah.
who said that God is dead. He wrote Conan the Barbarian and
He did.
submitted it to Hollywood.
He did. Back when he wasn't calling himself MF Doom, he called himself John Milius. And before that, Friedrich Nietzsche.
Why do I believe this?
It's funny to just speculate on this stuff and then just never verify it. I might have
never follow up.
I may have made up the plot to what that Westworld movie. You guys don't.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, I thought about that
certainly-
while we were talking. I was like, should I trust you? But so let me ask you a question though. Is the Japanese element in it? Is there like a feudal Japan in the 70s version of the
I think they tease that there's 3 worlds that you could go to: Westworld, medieval world, and then some other world. Oh, I think future world.
Wait,
What
what kind of world?
Future
feudal
world.
Japan?
Feudal Japan is in the TV show, but I don't think it's in the movie.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But that was a great episode.
It was, yeah. I really enjoyed. So far, I have really enjoyed Westworld. It's pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't.
Season
I
2
can't
is not
get
great.
through it.
Season 2 is not great. Sorry.
I mean, I've only seen season 1. Like,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have the attention span for shows like that anymore. It's just these long ass binge worthy shows that are like an hour per episode, 12 episodes a season, and they want you to watch it all at once. Right? It's just too. I don't have the brain space for it anymore. And there's so many of them too. There's like 40 shows that people have been like to me, you need to watch this show. It's the most important show of the year, Pip. And I'm still watching Seinfeld reruns. I just don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Right?
Welcome to Stoner Morning Show, where we point out that there are too many shows.
Just way too many shows.
few too many.
Right. And there should be more shows like this one, right? With comedians just talking shit to each other and putting down Vegas for some reason. What the hell was that, Daniel?
Hey,
I
think he
promise
felt
you,
threatened.
he's never been to Vegas. What's that?
Which one of us? Ooh.
I have been to Vegas.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure you've been to Vegas.
I have.
Down here, we call it Atlantic City.
Atlantic City's not Vegas.
How many meth addicts do you have in Atlantic City?
We're
That'll
more up
prove
on heroin right now. That's our thing.
Okay, so it's a little different than Vegas then.
Yeah. Our addicts are sleepy, right? Yours are all like tweaking out while they're stabbing you.
Yeah.
Ours are just like, ooh.
Atlantic City was not a nice place to go.
Daniel,
I mean, that's my hot take.
Daniel, Rob runs his own addiction treatment center.
Oh, that's solid.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually work separate from this. I work in helping homeless people.
Is that not what
That's
you're doing
good.
right now? Is that separate from this?
Very nice bit.
I do my best.
Anyone ever told you, Pip, you look like young Paul Rubens?
I
You
get
get that?
Gene Wilder, I get Woody Allen, I get Nick Cage. I've never gotten Paul Rubens. But
Nick
thank
Cage?
you. Yeah, I get Nick Cage. sometimes.
Really?
I feel like
You know what? It's the
Wilder
yelling, I
and
think.
the I feel like that's
It's-
like covertly anti-Semitic to say you look like those guys, because I feel like you really don't look like those guys.
I mean, I do look like a Jewish caricature, Daniel. Everybody knows. Everybody knows that about me, right? I'm a dated stereotype.
Is Nick
Vaudeville would have worked really well.
Yeah.
Is Nick Cage isn't he Italian though? He's actually a Coppola. He's not Jewish.
I thought he was.
No, he's not. I think the reason people compare me to Nick Cage is the wild changes in expression that my face does,
Hmm.
and the random bursts of anger in my stand-up. So like, when I yell a lot and I have reddish hair and I'm kind of balding, and I get it, but I don't like the Woody Allen thing, just because of what he's been accused of is disgusting. And I don't
Making
like.
shitty movies.
It's really like I would get on stage sometimes and someone would be like, the Woody Allen of New Jersey, Pip Smith. I'm like, why would you want everyone to be thinking about Woody Allen before I get on stage? Why do you think that's a good idea? It drives me crazy. And yeah. But Paul Rubens is nice. Thank you.
He's a funny guy.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm a
I just watched.
Uh,
The Pee-wee's Playhouse Christmas special at a Vegas Comics house a couple of weeks ago, and it was interesting to realize that of all the special guests, the only one from that special that hasn't come out of the closet yet is Oprah.
Who were the special guests that did come out of the closet?
Let's see. Well, he had special guests that were already out of the closet. Trying to remember, or LGBTQ kind of like friendly sort of icons and stuff. Like he had Little Richard.
Oh yeah.
Was on there. He had he had Doris Day on there.
Mm.
Damn,
He
she's-
had
Icon. Yeah.
Yeah. I think was Liberace on there, or am I just fantasizing that? But there was, yeah. Well, I guess Lawrence Fishburne, but he was a recurring character, so he wasn't a special guest star. He was Cowboy Curtis.
Yeah.
But
not
the special
realize that
people-
all these people came out of the closet.
Hmm?
I didn't realize all these people came out of the closet.
I guess I knew vaguely that Doris Day and Liberace were gay.
Yeah, Liberace I knew.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Little Richard, though?
Little Richard, did he come
Yeah.
out? Because he was like a preacher or something like that. He was very Christian.
I think he was never in the closet. I think just back in the day, they just said, they
It was
just
a confirmed bachelor kind of thing.
Yeah.
Right. Just euphemisms.
That might be right. Is that the special?
They would just say the flamboyant Little Richard.
Yeah.
That was the euphemism.
Is that the special where Pee-wee flies at the end? Does he like fly?
Yes, he does. He gets to fly on Santa's sleigh. Spoiler alert! Sorry, guys.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. We already spoiled Flight with Denzel Washington earlier. So
He's drunk the entire time.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. He does a great job in that movie. A lot of actors that play drunk kind of ham it up.
He really does. Yeah.
They kind of do I'm drunk, but he really seems like a guy with a problem.
You ever see Trailer Park Boys?
Yes.
Oh, sure.
You know the character Leahy?
Yeah.
Oof, my God, that guy is such an actor. I mean, he's dead now, but
And never drunk.
Never.
never.
I read the actor didn't drink. I don't know if that's true.
He did. You're absolutely right. He never drank before. He had only seen it. He was like method acting, drinking without drinking. It was just it's incredible. The guy's a genius.
Oh yeah. I mean, if you're watching this, feel free to go to YouTube and look up Jim Leahy clips on.
For sure.
What has Jim Leahy been in? I don't know him.
Pretty much only that show, the Canadian one that he's in.
Yeah.
Mm.
And he is good.
Yeah.
Rob, do you want to tell any jokes, or you, if you want, we're cool to hang out. If it's up to you.
Man, I don't know. What am I? Well, it's just more an amazing like a career trajectory that that I recently learned about. Did you know that before Kim Kardashian West was Kim Kardashian West, big icon, she was Paris Hilton's closet organizer. That was her job. That was what she did for a living, which is amazing. And then she banged Ray J, the brother of Brandy, third-rate R&B star from the 90s, did a sex tape with the Ray J, right? And then flash forward, Kanye West, right? So she sucked the D's of the D list in order to give her A to the A list. Like, it's an amazing trajectory in the history of thoughterry. Like, anyone who's doing OnlyFans, you're not doing it right. You got to look at the icon. You got to look at Kim Kardashian West. That's something I learned. I had no idea she was Paris Hilton's closet organizer.
Yeah. If you're just tuning in, so far we've learned that the Westworld HBO show used to be a movie, and Kim Kardashian West used to be Paris Hilton's closet organizer. We've done some good stuff today.
Yeah, I feel like I've really done something today because I've learned these things. This has been an exciting experience.
I didn't.
Did you guys know that Pip's mom? So when she was younger, that she was she worked with Kim Kardashian and Paris Hilton as well. But she's since gained a little bit of weight. And unfortunately now when she goes camping, the bears have to hide their food.
Well, man, that's a long way to go around for your mom joke. Right? Your mama's so fat that
I'm still but I don't know what her job was. Was she organizing Paris Hilton's shoe collection? Was she with Ray J? Like, what are you trying to say? I don't understand.
She was organizing the craft services tables.
Gotcha.
Okay, so my mom is organizing craft services tables, and this is how she got fat?
Your mother.
My mother.
The woman who bore you.
Yeah.
She used to organize food.
Right. The one whose 50% of their genes I currently possess.
Bing.
Right.
Give or
Gotcha.
take.
All right. My biological mom, in other words.
Bing.
Not my spiritual mom. Right.
Yo.
That's Tina Fey, by the way.
Yo.
Yeah.
Mama.
Tell us more about my mom, Dad.
Sorry.
I want to hear about your friend that designed the dragon mosaic behind you, Pip.
Oh, she's a roommate. She works at Apple. That's all I got for you, Fred.
Oh.
That's it? It's pretty incredible. How long did it take?
I really don't know much about it beyond that she put it up. In fact, I don't even know if she did it. I assume that she did because she's an artist and her art's pretty good. But let's just promote her shit instead of mine. That actually makes a lot of sense. Well, she's a really nice person who I met within a month of moving here. And she needed to get out because, as you know, everybody during COVID either broke up or got married. And she's one of the people who broke up. So she needed a place to live. We found one more person. And now I'm living in a little McMansion in Superior, Colorado. And I have all this space. Look at this. I got a finished basement.
Whoa.
Nice.
Do you want to know what I'm paying? Do you want to know what my rent is? I'll tell the world. I don't give a shit. I'm paying $800 to live here.
Smart on.
That's brilliant.
Right? And this is my basement. This is just where I chill. Right? Yeah, it's fantastic. I definitely recommend that everybody move to Colorado. Especially because
Oh, I have a good idea. If you want to plug your roommate, you could do so by tweeting about her information, which would get another incentive for people to follow you on Twitter.
Oh yeah, because I'm doing the Twitter thing now. Yeah, thanks for calling back to that. Right. I recently opened up my Twitter again. I looked at my tweets from 2014 and I deleted most of them. And now I'm back. I'm going to be making hot takes about pop culture or whatever I'm thinking about, which, as you can already tell, will be fascinating. So y'all check me out on Twitter. I'll tweet about my roommate's art, and I will also tweet hot takes.
So
about
were
the
you
Kardashians. Yeah.
were you off Twitter since 2014?
No, I never really got on board, honestly. I downloaded it in 2014 because I was still trying to be a comedian. And I tweeted several things and then I just stopped for years. And now I feel like it's a good time because very soon, well, Donald Trump will be off Twitter. And I think that makes it a better environment for someone like me. I get too angry. I definitely would angry tweet politicians all day if he was still president. So I'm not going to be doing any of that. It's just going to be hot takes about the Kardashians and like oatmeal and whatever's going through my head at any given time. It should be very exciting.
Nice.
Nicolas Cage rage. Is what you're saying.
Yeah, my Nicolas Cage rage. Honestly, I do believe that if you're not, yeah. Are you guys on Twitter also? Will you be my Twitter friends?
I'll have to join the Twitter.
You got to join that Twitter.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just stayed away from it. I'm on the IG.
Oh, that's nice.
The
What
IG.
kind of IG Instagrammings do you do? It's just like pictures of your life, or does your Instagram have a theme?
Nah, it's been pictures. I did some little like mini dumb video things when I first opened it up at the beginning of this lockdown thing, but it's a kind of a hodgepodge right now. Oh, nice. Sean is gone.
Let's go,
Rob, do you do beyond your work with addicts? Do you do like reentry stuff or homelessness stuff?
I do not. You?
Yeah, I just thought it would be interesting to talk about so the addiction stuff that's cool, man. That's fucking awesome.
Yeah, that's actually just a bit that Sean was doing. I wish, yeah. he gotcha. He gotcha.
I was screwing around.
Yeah,
dude. I was so ready to like you.
Yeah.
And now
the Westworld stuff was true. That was a true recap of the plot.
You made a joke that suckered me in because I wanted to like this guy now. I wanted to like you too, but now.
All right. Well,
I mean,
cool things about me. I'm sure.
No. Well, you know what? I've decided actually I like you now because that was a good joke. You got me.
Yeah, I like you way more now that I know that, Robbie. You're a cool guy in my book because you made Daniel look like a fool. And that needs to happen. That needs to happen way more often.
Literally hurts my feelings to realize that someone would lie about being a good person.
I feel bad if that knowledge makes anybody feel better.
We're all lying about being good people.
Yeah.
I saw this dude sucking down the water bottle. I was like, damn, you know what? That guy's lived a life. He's avoided heroin for a long or methamphetamine or something for a long time. I was impressed. I was thinking to myself, like, shit, that guy's raw. And now you were also a joke that Sean created for me.
He does have an edge. He has like an unmistakable edge about him. That's very
I was thinking, man, he goes to Skid Row. He'd be picking up like extremely homeless people, taking them to his house and just cleaning them, scrubbing them, taking the needle out of their hands, out of their arms.
Nah, not exactly. I have done weekend like before everything shut down. There's a group of Brazilians out here that did work with the homeless like on Sundays or Saturdays. Like I used to go and do that and help them out. That's not a bit. That's for true.
That's for true.
Damn, that's gangster. Because I got to tell you, in Vegas, there is like a Brazilian amount of homeless people.
That is true. That is very true.
What part of the country treats their homeless people the best? Do we know the answer?
Probably California, frankly.
Probably, yeah.
All of California, or just?
No, just LA. LA has really superior services.
That's good. Yeah, I got to take care of those people.
It's good to know what my last resort might be.
I mean,
be homeless in California.
Yeah.
Though if you're homeless in Minnesota and you have diverticulitis and you need to have a major emergency surgery, it's free.
Oh, wow.
That's exciting to know.
Yeah.
Yep. Just an FYI.
That's
Just,
good.
Damn, is diverticulitis a real thing? I thought my grandpa made that up.
No, that's real. That's real. That's when your grandfather had a hole in his intestine and poop was coming out.
Yeah, he was an alcoholic, so Yeah.
If we want to put it bluntly.
He was an alcoholic that Robbie could have helped.
Yeah.
Well,
If Robbie wasn't a joke that Sean had made up.
Yeah.
I'm really glad I found out the truth about that because I was about to open up to you, Robbie.
I was about to be like, take the needle out my arm, boy. Like that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to have led so many people astray. Daniel, I have to say it's quite a power move to see somebody just get up from their seat, leave, and then just return randomly. It's a pretty.
I'm very powerful, man. I told you I'm from Alabama.
Yeah.
I got that red state righteousness. I know what I'm doing. I got the Lord on my side.
Well, we have 9 minutes left. If anyone does want to tell any jokes. I'm not in a joke mood, but I'm in a laughing mood.
As he proves by laughing.
Yeah.
Right after saying that. That's pretty good.
Sean, I've asked this before. Are you from Colorado too?
Me?
Yeah.
No, I'm from Cleveland, Ohio, and I live in New York City at the moment.
Oh, sick.
Yeah.
You miss Cleveland?
Pretty sick. Cleveland is very obsessed with how well their sports teams do. Very obsessed.
And no other city is like that.
Well, if New York was like that, they would be fucking suicidal.
Yeah. Oh, sure. Yeah. Well,
yeah.
New York has other things to, pass the time by.
So you're saying in Cleveland, that's all they have?
That's not all they have, but sometimes how they react to how poorly the teams do, you would think it's all they have. And
how would you say the average Cleveland person is responding to the name change of the former Cleveland Indians?
Oh, good one.
I think that people are coming around to it. When I was in high school, people were asking for the name to be changed, and that's kind of when
back in the 50s.
I didn't know they officially got a new name yet.
They don't have a new name yet, but they did what the Washington football team did, which is
in the short term, they're the Cleveland Native Americans.
That's funny. They used to be called the Cleveland Spiders. They might go back to that.
Yeah,
Spiders are cool.
Isn't Bone Thugs and Harmony from Cleveland? Why don't they just name themselves the Cleveland Bones?
That'd be good.
Yo, that actually is super hard. I would love if they actually changed their name to Cleveland Bones.
Yeah, that would be a cool name.
Hell yeah. And you have Bone Thugs do the seventh inning stretch with the national anthem every single game. You would sell that place out.
Oh yeah.
Oof.
But to answer Pip's question about do I miss Cleveland, their football team just went to the playoffs for the first time in 18 years.
Browns? No, they didn't. Really?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness! Yeah. I really don't follow football anymore. I really
start betting on sports.
If you bet on sports, you would know. But I watched more games this season than any season since I was a kid. Because it's easy to do at the moment. And I did miss being there for their last win. It would have been fun to watch it with my family.
Oh yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah.
But they don't have a chance to go far in the playoffs, do they? Or I mean, everybody has a chance, but what would you say?
They barely have a chance to win their first playoff game, but I'm just happy that they made it.
Yeah, it's a good feeling. I'm a Jets fan, so.
Oh yeah.
I'm a Giants fan. Fuck, what's his name?
Yeah, that guy. Yeah. The Eagles. Fuck the Eagles.
Well, fuck the Eagles for sure. But I was gonna try to make some joke about whatever. Fuck you guys.
Oh yeah.
Dan, I knew that your first open mic would be ending this way. You saying "fuck you guys." Yeah.
You're not ready for
Paulie D, PDD, something like that.
What?
Paul, who's the Eagles head coach? Paulie D, PDD, something like that.
Is it Pauly D from Jersey Shore? Or
Yeah, that's what I was going to try to make the fucking comparison between
Oh.
from Jersey Shore and PDD or whatever from.
That's good.
Daniel, is that a Tostitos hat?
No, it's a yo hat.
Yo, Colorado! Hey, look at that. That's a callback.
It's cool,
Yo.
either way.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I appreciate it.
good
I like your background too, man.
Thanks. It's a blanket I got from the dollar store.
Nice.
Fucking dank.
I also
That's a
That's
great
crazy.
dollar store
I also
blanket,
have a weed one that I got from the dollar store.
right?
Can
Which
you-
is appropriate given that our
Yeah.
brand is Stoner.
Yeah.
Do you want to plug that dollar store? Should you tweet about it?
I'm tweeting about my roommate's art. But I want at least one follower out of this, you guys.
Oh,
So
Pip, tweet my shit. That's the thing that I do.
What? You didn't do anything.
The
Just
asinine
made it-
poetry.
Asinine poetry. Why don't you read some of your asinine poetry, Dan? That's a great way to close the show.
You have
No,
one?
I'm not gonna do that.
Oh, all right.
Oh,
No, I want
shit.
people to read it and give me the likes and clicks and whatnot.
Oh, so you want validation? You don't,
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
you don't care that it's actually good.
If you have a link, go to facebook.com/stoner morning show and then post it in the feed of the video.
I will.
I will say
Hell
Dan
yeah.
is a talented poet.
Oh, good.
I got mad fucking acclaim for
right.
my poems.
Yeah.
Robbie, how is the Halloween book doing now that it's past Halloween?
Slow down a little bit, but there's gonna be a print version now because there's it was just the digital
Oh, yeah.
prior. So there's just uploaded the artist that did the art for me uploaded things for the print version to be able to the direct print version to work. So that should be available pretty soon. And it's always Halloween somewhere.
There it is. Yeah.
So,
Oh damn.
Today in
Oh,
Spooky
that's
Halloween
real
History.
cool.
yep.
I'll toss that link in the thing too.
Awesome. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Uh,
good.
Anybody who's watching can put links in too. I mean, I don't know. Why
Yeah.
not? Screw it. Fuck it.
How many viewers we got right now?
Well, it says 3.
And that doesn't include any of us.
No, it doesn't.
I'm actually
Ah.
not viewing.
It might
Okay.
include me. I don't know. I don't know how that works. It might include me. I don't know.
It's probably mostly convicts.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably mostly people in prison right now.
Yeah.
It's two of those people are probably MF Doom and the mom from that 70s show.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
a callback. See, this
It's
guy
possibly Michael
understands
Jackson.
comedy.
We've got 20 comments, which is pretty good.
Yeah.
Like half of them from me.
Yeah.
Some of them are definitely from Dan.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
Hey, you just had a cameo. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah,
She
for
has to
sure.
get paid now. She gets this Screen Actors Guild insurance or whatever.
Yeah, possibly.
Is that only
Definitely.
if she has speaking lines?
Uh,
Is she
Really quickly, has Nico
is she a
been
union
today?
extra?
I can't say whether or not that is correct. Sorry, 1 second.
Oh, okay.
Really?
Okay, well then there you
Wow.
go.
That was the biggest power move of the
Indeed.
night, perhaps.
I think she was telling him that it was his turn to do the dishes,
Oh, maybe.
which would actually be the biggest power move.
Oh,
No,
night.
that's not what it was. It was whether or not the dog was being fed, which I did not feed the dog. I should have. I like that. He's an excellent dog. He's just one of the best dogs.
Hey, well, this is a good thing to end the show on, or the open mic. What are on people's to-do lists that they have to do after we get off of this? What do you have to do?
I probably should eat something because I had one of those days where I forgot to eat. I don't know if any other stoners don't eat, but sometimes I get so high that I just forget it.
I gotta eat. Yeah.
We eat some food, maybe some frozen fake chicken nuggets from Morningstar Farms, right? Those are good. What about the rest of you?
Well, I'm gonna call Pip I'm gonna tell him that he is the Adam Egget to my Norm Macdonald.
Yeah, Dan thinks that we could have a show together because
I'm
of
gonna,
the
I'm gonna,
contrasting styles
I'm
of our
gonna talk some
proponent.
shit to Pip. I'll probably drink like 9 or 11 more beers, and
Just
then
write better jokes, dude. You don't need me.
Wow.
write any jokes.
Yeah, just fucking write shit. Oh,
Pretty good show.
yeah, that was a fun one, you guys. Thank you, everybody, for
We
watching.
just got a preview of your show.
Oh yeah, no,
We
for
did,
sure.
yeah. Where I bully Pip and Pip just falls apart.
Yeah, is that what you perceive happened?
Well, you guys.
No, Dan. You know what? Dan is great because Jesus, our Lord and Savior, could come down from the heaven and tell Dan that he sucks, and
The
Dan
big
would
big-
argue with him, and he might be a little convincing.
And I would win.
Right, you wouldn't win. See, that's the thing, is that you think you would win. And that's what makes you irrepressible as a character, because it is impossible to shatter this man's confidence. It can't be done.
Wow.
And it is so easy to shatter my confidence. It's actually a little embarrassing.
Listen,
So-
Pip, as the only person that watched this and also is a member of it, or you
Yeah.
know, is a person on it, I'm like one of 2 people who watched this. 50% of the people who watch this think that I won. So you fucking lost, my brother.
All right.
So
Yeah,
let
that's,
me just put that across, okay?
okay. All right, Dad. You win. You win. Everybody loves you and respects you.
Aces, what do you have for us to close us out? Anything?
Let's see. Yeah, I'm working on some stuff. I don't want to talk too much about it because it's you know, I'm superstitious like that.
Yeah.
But I'm working on some stuff that should start to drop this month
Oh, music.
It's
And,
exciting.
on
Yeah.
the YouTubes and on my Instagramophone.
Instagram.
So-
though.
If he's using it for it to drop, I predict it's music, but I might be wrong. I don't know.
I didn't
That
know
just
you were a
sounds like a
musician.
cool thing to say. Drop.
Oh yeah. All right. Well, good
Dang,
work,
man.
everybody. Thanks for hanging out. We all laughed.
Cool. Good night, everybody.
Yeah. All right.